was going to set this scene in one of Palpatine's offices, which used to get bigger and bigger. And they were not digitally enhanced, they were actually built. So I go into the studio the night before and see this even more enormous office than the one I was sitting in the previous night. But he said, we've done the office now, I want to shift location. And for this all-important scene where the final nail in poor Anakin's coffin is hammered, I'm going to set it in the opera. And anyway, Ian, you know, you like theatre, so you know you'll be at home. And that's when I realised there was one redeeming feature about the Emperor. That is, he liked to go to a good play. Except, of course, it wasn't a good play. It was a squid ballet. You know, he's a squid. He liked the arts. But we had, I don't know how much of this you want me to go into. We had a long day before we shot that.
Yeah.
And the film, as I'm sure you know, took about 2 years to make. I think we were 60 days in actual production on set, and then the rest is extraordinarily complicated, dexterous work from the many hundreds of people who are involved making these films, as extraordinary as they are. And this was a Friday afternoon, which is never the best day to do a big scene, but in the morning I'd had to fight and kill Sam Jackson. Not all on my own, with a little bit of help, but I had to do all that, on my face. And then I had to change from the Senator into the Monster, as 5 enormous wind machines were driven at me, thereby ensuring that all of the studio dust went either in my eyes, up my nose, or down my throat.
So you were feeling it.
That was all right. You can get on with it. And then I knew there was this big scene scheduled at the end of the day. And by this time it was 4:30. I thought, well, you know, George will go on Monday. We're not too far behind. And he came up to Hayden and me and said, Ian, it's a great day so far. I really want to shoot this scene now. I said, what now? He said, yeah, now let's just do it. And Hayden and I hadn't even a chance to run over the lines. We were familiar with them because we'd learnt them. We knew this was probably the day we were going to have to do it. But all of these things were against it, and I could sort of hardly speak. My voice was really sort of rough. I said, George, you know, I know you can do it later, but you know, my voice is in a very rough state. And he said, that's fantastic. That is him in transition. So we went through it. There were 20 takes. And during these takes, various mobile phones went off, most of them controlled by the producer, Rick McCallum. There was a very lively audience in the video village, you know, which is just in front of you behind a black screen, watching it, no pressure. But so then we did it 20 times. The people who really helped me, I'm sure you know this too, Amy, other guys, there were 2 cameras, the guys on the camera, who all the time gave me their absolute concentration and a few hints about where they were when. And but it was a rough day. And to cap it all, it was the first assistant director's birthday, and that little gold creature, who shall be nameless, was preparing the champagne in the corner. You know. So everything conspired against making this a decent scene. So when I finished, I said, well, George, I did my best. We'll be shooting it again on Monday. He said, no, we've got you. On Monday, we'll be on Hayden. So this is what you see.
Oh, it is what you see. Thank you for all that information. Let's take a look.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
No.
I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi could tell you. It's a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a Dark Lord of the Sith, so powerful and so wise, he could use the Force to influence the midi-chlorians to create light. He had such a knowledge of the dark side, he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying.
He could actually save people from death.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.